Hello, everyone. I'm Zach Mortensen. This is my brother, Bryce Mortensen. As we're fastly approaching the new MLB season in 2024,
Go
we're going to give
Tigers.
a rundown of our hot takes and division standing predictions for uh, each of the three division types, i.e., AL, NL Central, and then there being two East and West divisions. Today we're going to go over the AL Central and NL Central. We'll start with
Both
the
of
NL.
our teams just so happen to be in the AL Central, and they both hate each other.
Yes, and we also hate the Marlins because they beat us in '97, and now Tim Anderson is on the
I don't.
Marlins.
I don't hate the Marlins. My favorite player of all time won a World Series with the Marlins.
Okay, I'm talking about the Guardians.
Okay, your team. Okay.
I said Tim Anderson
Oh, yeah.
because he got into a fight with Jose.
Okay.
You
I
don't
know.
remember,
Yes, I do.
so we're gonna
Andrew
start.
was there. I believe Andrew was there.
Oh, so we're gonna start with the National League.
Oh, the
Since
National League first. Okay.
yeah,
Should we just go down the list, or do you want to predict the division first?
Yeah, we can each go and predict the division standings.
First, then we'll just go down the list for our hot take.
Yeah,
Okay. Should we start on the bottom, like for
yeah,
fifth? Fifth, I
yeah.
have fifth. I have the Brewers. I don't see them repeating as division champs. Last year, they lost their coach. They lost their Cy Young contending pitcher. They might lose their other pitcher, or because he might be too mad to be there. And again, they might lose their other guy. Yeah, two. They might lose their top three pitchers this in the grand total of a few months of each other. Side the
Yeah.
Brewers.
I as well have the Brewers coming in last in the NL Central, mainly due to their loss of their coach to their division rival, the Cubs, and their loss of Corbin Burns.
Do you
I
agree that they might lose
and
their
the
other two
team is
pitchers too?
also fairly old as well. Christian Yelich is old.
And he hasn't been good for a few years.
I guess the
That
only
he,
one that's
yeah.
decent, that's somewhat good age that I can really see is uh William Contreras, who's like 26 right now,
Yeah, the younger brother of the Cardinals first baseman, DH now.
and maybe Joey Weimer, but he only batted 200.
Yeah. And fourth, I have the Cubs. I I don't think yes, they got that left-handed flamethrower, but we don't know if he's gonna transfer to the MLB good. He's 30 years old. Like he's about to decline.
And
Like
he
he's
only a reliever as well.
let's see. Let's see what they did get a new coach, but normally when you
Crick.
get new coaches,
Well,
yeah,
Crick
let's
counts.
see. Well, it's new to them. Yeah, new reliever. I don't see a new reliever on their team. I didn't even know they had Drew Smiley, Tigers legend. But yeah, their only bright side, like yeah, they got Shota Igamami, and no one else is really good. Oh yeah, they might have the Cy Young and Justin Steele. I don't want to discredit Justin Steele.
Yeah, he's probably the best pitcher in that division right now.
Yeah,
With
and yes, they have this prospect in Pete Crow Armstrong, but we don't know how he's going to do in his rookie year.
Yeah, and then we also don't even know if they're going to re-sign Bellinger.
Yeah, if they're
But
smart, they will. No, if Bellinger's smart, he will. Because
oh,
the Cubs are the only team that gave him a chance. But yeah, I have the Cubs at four. Who do you have at four?
I I as well have the Cubs at 4. Uh, I just I don't really see anything that like really sticks out to me that screams that this team, other than Justin Steele, is going to be productive and good. It just seems like a mediocre team. Like it
I
doesn't wow
agree.
you in any way other than Justin Steele, and we'll see what Imanga.
And P. Crow Armstrong.
Yeah, I guess him too. What they end up doing. Like I guess Seiya Suzuki
Isn't he
was on
like older too?
29 though.
Yeah. You can pick third first.
In third place, I have the Pittsburgh Pirates. I think they're like 1 year away from uh contending to be a wild card or for the division, but I could see them coming in second. I just think the how young they are, um, they'll show their talent and they'll win plenty of games. I just think that they'll
To
show
me,
their
they
experience and will be why they're coming in third because they don't have the experience of the two teams ahead of them outside of Andrew McCutcheon and Aroldis Chapman.
to me, I have the Cardinals at third. Like the Cardinals do not have like yes, like their only bright side on their pitching side is Sonny Gray, and Sonny Gray a just so happens to suck after years of success. So that's to me, he's the only bright side on their pitching side. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Cardinals come in last with how bad this pitching staff is. Yes,
That,
They
but
have Ryan Hensley, but the problem is they have to get there first. That's why I have the Cardinals at third.
fair enough.
I'll go. Yeah. And second for me, I have the Reds. I have the Pirates winning the division. And there's a reason for that. The reason for me having the Pirates winning this division is I'm going to show you the roster. Like their pitching staff is probably the most underrated pitching staff in the MLB right now. Like they're no, I mean their bullpen is one of the most underrated bullpens in the MLB. Like,
And we'll see, but we'll also see what Paul Skeens does if they
yeah,
keep.
I think Paul Skeens might not just win. Like, this is my hot take for the Pirates. I have Paul Skeens winning the NL Cy Young if he pitches all year. Like, I don't see him stopping. Like, I don't know why he wasn't the top ranked prospect. I think he out exceeds Jackson Holiday by far. Yeah, I have the Pirates winning the division. And I think getting Aroldis Chapman can really help the young pitchers out. Yes, he is kind of a hothead, but
Yeah, for me, it's just there's just their offense is too much of a question mark, and I
to
just don't know
me, I
if
think
they have
they screen. Oh, you can
starting.
finish. Yeah, to me,
I
the
don't
Pirates
think they are
screen the.
threat,
Yeah,
and they just extended Mitch Keller, but outside of those two guys, none of those guys really intimidate you.
no, to me, they screen Baltimore Orioles of 2023. Like, because of
If
how you.
possible.
Yeah. Okay, now who do you have at second and first?
At second, I have the St. Louis Cardinals. I believe that Paul Goldschmidt and Nolan Arenado will have bounce back offensive years.
But how
They,
about their pitching?
I think they'll scrape to enough together alongside Sonny Gray to come in second. Like I don't think they'll make the playoffs, but I think there will be like enough disparity that they'll be number two.
Okay, so number one's the Reds.
Yeah, uh, they were very good. They were hot. They were very close to being a wild card team last year. They're a year older with more experience. They just got Jamer Candelario in the
He's a
offseason
monster.
to
He's a monster.
boost their offense and their infield as well. For those reasons, along with like their pitching and Hunter Green, all those guys, I feel that that's why Cincinnati just stands out as the cream of the crop of the NL Central.
Okay, our hot take for the Brewers, I have this guy being a complete disappointment. And their guy they signed for like 11 years. I have him
Oh,
as a complete disappointment. Is it wasn't it 11 years or was it 8?
I think it might have been like eight or something.
What wasn't he in the Guardians farm
No,
system at one point?
no, I don't think so. For
But wasn't
my,
this the guy that they signed for like 8 years?
I'm not sure.
But yeah, I think it was him.
Okay.
Whoever it is, I think he's going to be a complete disappointment. Who do you have for the Brewers?
I think they'll just sell off their pieces for whatever they can. I think they'll see um, how some of the other teams are young and they're going to be competing and they're going to get good very soon. And that with them not really putting a lot of money on the market for players and also not putting money to re-sign their players and then just trading them all Corbin Burns. I feel that they'll trade like Contreras, Yelich, possibly Woodruff. No,
And
definitely Woodruff.
Peralta.
And yeah, I think they'll just sell off and just try and go full rebuild. Because if
I
they were
think
really,
that will help them out.
they would have kept Corbin Burns. They would have kept Craig Counsell. They would have done all these things. It just screams rebuild for me, and they'll just wait until they get offers that they like, and they'll pull the trigger on those trade deals.
The Cubs. I actually also have a player in mind for the Cubs. I think Justin Steele will come second in Cy Young this year, behind like yeah, behind what's his name, the LSU pitcher that I had as a Cy Young for the Pirates.
Paul James.
Yeah, Paul Skeens. I have him as second in Cy Young. I think both the top two in Cy Youngs will all be in the NL Central.
For the Cubs, I have them firing Craig Counsell.
Oh, like you think they're gonna struggle at first?
Yeah, I think they're really not going to be good. And that I just think the Brewers are just more dysfunctional. That they'll just, I honestly think that it might be a race for last in that division
Yeah,
between teams. But
I think
I
it'll be a
that,
three-way race for last.
but I feel that the Cubs new manager, the Brewers manager, the past several seasons, Craig Counsell will be fired after 1 year in Chicago.
Oh, like fired at the end, not in the middle.
Uh, either either or.
Okay, I'll pause. with the Reds, I have the Reds being their last wild card. I don't like. I didn't have a specific. I could say like Jamer Candelario winning Silver Slugger at the hot corner. But other than that, I don't really have any other hot takes for the Reds, but they'll be the last wild card. How about you?
For the Reds, I have them winning 95 games.
Okay. I don't see it, but if you see it, that's a good hot take. I see him getting at most 90. At most. Pirates, we already know my hot take, Paul Skeens for Cy Young.
For the Pirates, um, they won't bring up Paul Skeens this year.
You don't think they will?
I think it really just depends because if they do, they'll probably bring him up around mid-season. It really just depends on if they're in the playoff race. They
But
might.
like they might bring him up immediately if he because how good he is. Like he proved it like he in AAA last year that he was ready. He was ready outside right from college he was ready.
Yeah, but are the Pirates ready for him to start his clock ticking?
Well, he is like 23.
So if the not that, I'd say
Hunter, they also have that catcher number one overall pick a few years ago.
Henry Davis.
Yeah. Is he classified as a rookie still?
Um,
So I know he played some last year. How many at bats did Henry Davis have last year?
Brian Reynolds will bat 310 with 20 home runs.
Brian Reynolds. I can see it. Um, he he definitely played too much. He's gonna be in his second year, classified as a second year.
And then for the Cardinals,
I have them having the worst ERA in all of baseball.
yeah, the Cardinals, I have, um, I think they'll have three players on their team with with 30 home runs.
I can see that, but their pitching staff is gonna blow that. I know a thing or two about pitching staffs blowing good seasons from players. The AL Central. Oh, what were you gonna say?
Honestly, they could maybe even have four players with
Okay.
30.
And last in the AL Central, I have the White Sox. They every year they disappoint people. Only 2020 they didn't disappoint people. And they like every other year since that, they're in a consistent retooling, rebuilding stage since their World Series.
Yeah.
And
Well,
their
no,
World Series
um,
came from a fluke.
yeah,
Who do you have in last?
I too have the Chicago White Sox. Outside of Robert and Cease,
They
they're
might
not
trade
that
Cease.
great. What?
They might trade Cease before the season.
Yeah, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me. They'll probably actually get rid of Cease. And
No, I bold
even
take. They're gonna
like
bring that. Yeah,
Eloy Jimenez and Robert always usually end up getting hurt. Same thing with Moncada.
yeah.
They just can't stay healthy.
for fourth, the Cleveland Guardians. Like I don't see it in them. Like some of their pitchers to me are just not. We're not. They. If you look at some of their wins from their pitchers last year, they weren't against good teams, and they were getting shelled by good teams. So I don't see it in their pitchers. They're obviously going to trade Shane Bieber either now or at the deadline. If they don't, they're dumb. I don't see it in their hitters other than mate Jose Ramirez and maybe Josh Naylor if he can stay healthy.
What about Bo?
What?
About Bo?
He wasn't that good. He had like a
Down the
210.
stretch?
Wasn't he like 210 batting average?
No, he was like 230, and he was like 260 after the All-Star break with like 10 home runs.
He's still other than that, I don't see it in their offense. They have one of the worst offenses in the MLB. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, that is. I'd say we definitely don't have a top 10 offense. I will.
You have the bottom 10 offense.
No,
Who do you
I
have for?
think we maybe have like a middle 10 offense.
Who do you have on fourth?
At fourth, I have the Twins.
Okay. Oh,
Losing Tony Gray, Carlos Correa is always hurt.
they lost
Buxton's,
Kenta Maeda.
yeah, they lost Kenta Maeda. Max Kepler has been regressing. They're just they just got lucky because of the injuries to
With the
other teams,
Tigers.
mainly the Guardians, but
No,
sure.
mainly the Tigers. If you saw,
Okay, well, what was your record against the Twins?
we won against every team in the division.
So I wouldn't really say that was really a match. Was Pablo Lopez? He's just not a number one guy. They don't have a number one guy to be their starting pitcher.
Okay. Third, I have the Kansas City Royals.
Oh, you have the Twins in fourth as well. Oh wait, you have the Guardians, you dingus.
For third, I have the Royals. It wouldn't surprise me if they win the division. They're very sneaky. But I just don't think I think that they have their guys, but it's just like they've been so bad the last few years that I don't think they can make that mega step.
Same here. I have the Kansas City Royals. They're filled with talent. I just think it will take a year or two more for them to really start to compete for something. But they'll still be a very good baseball team that will be hard to beat on any given night. And I think like Bobby Witt will just continue to develop.
And second, I have the Twins. I like I can see them winning the division based on if they stay healthy. Carlos Correa is I think will have a bounce back year. But I just think the team in first is is hungry. They've been hungry ever since the laughing stock of the Tigers. Tigers are winning the division. How about you?
Second, I have the Detroit Tigers. I
Okay.
like offense together, uh, and they'll be healthy. I just think that they won't be able to overcome the the unachievable hill that is a healthy Cleveland Guardians team.
Do you really think you're going to be healthy? Is the problem?
As of right now, we are. So
Jose Ramirez has been shaky the last few years.
Jose was good last year.
He had a broken hand.
So yeah, he's healthier, he'll bat better than 282 tons.
Okay. Now our hot takes. For the White Sox, they'll have the worst record in baseball. They'll have over 120 losses. Like we're
Ooh,
doing hot takes. I'm making this hot take. The White Sox will go 40 and 122.
okay. I have them holding on to Cease, and him putting on a career year and them extending him. I think they'll just offer him something that can't be refused, that is still tradable, and they'll end up trading him like in the off season or next.
The Guardians, I
But I
have
feel
them. I have the Guardians with the third worst offensive rating. Third worst. Like I just don't see it in their offense. Like I've been right about Ames Ramirez or however you pronounce his name. He was like, if you look at it, like the shift, banning the shift really hurt him a lot. And I, since 2021, 2022, when he had that year, I knew it was a fluke, and I was right. And same thing with Stephen Kwan. He the shift did not help him either.
he still batted like 270 and was a Gold Glover.
How about their offensive rating?
Let me go look at him now.
I can pull him up right now. Oh yeah, and your center fielder is a
Okay, yes,
complete.
Straw is booty cheeks at offense. You don't have to tell me that my center fielder is booty cheeks at offense.
Well, you do have your top. I did forget your top free agent, Austin Hedges. It sucks at offense.
Yeah, I know. Our team really got by bad board by the Diamond Sports Group. Reason why we traded Kyle Quantrill instead of having him go through arbitration was because we didn't know what our money situation would look like.
Jose Tanana sucks at offense.
Don't want to spend money, and that's
Who
the
are
problem.
we? Oh, yeah. This guy's not good at offense either. Most of these guys are not good at offense.
Andres Jimenez can be good. Jose Ramirez is good.
Yes, Josh Naylor.
Yeah, Josh Naylor's really good.
Their outfield has no power whatsoever.
George Valera, if he ever comes to the
Do you see
major,
you very well might have the least amount of home runs in the MLB.
that would not surprise me in the slightest. That would not surprise me at all.
So can I at least say that as my hot take? They'll have the least amount of home runs.
Yeah, that
What's
I could definitely see that.
your hot take for the Guardians? I said it was somewhat nice. Like I wanted to say worse offensive rating, and then I thought about the White Sox.
To win the division, have the manager of the year and Stephen Vogt, and the Cy Young winner and Tanner Bybee.
He's projected to have like a 4.5 ERA.
Okay, but he's not.
His Zach, you have to look at FIP when it comes to comparing like from year to year. Like his ERA was over one lower than his FIP.
That would have still been under 4.
No, yeah, it
Yeah,
was
because his ERA was 288.
like he's projected to have a 4.5 ERA on Fangraphs.
Okay, good for Fangraphs.
Okay,
And like you said, these are hot takes. So according to you, that's hot, but it's not hot. Tanner Vivey's that good. And
It's
Shane
fine.
Bieber going to come back to being elite and
And
hopefully get
then
extended.
you'll leave. You're not extending Shane
Well,
Bieber.
no, we should.
Do you
And
think
he's
you
starting to
will?
and he's throwing like 93, 94 again.
Here, I have a Tigers hot take. I actually have two. One is technically not a hot take. If you think Tanner Bibby's winning Cy Young, you have not seen. By the way, Tariq Skubal can now throw over 100. I just want to make that known. He's been throwing over 100 this week.
Good
So
for
Tariq Skubal will get the triple crown. That's one of my hot takes. He'll get the triple crown. And my second Tigers hot take, I have Kerry Carpenter hitting 40 home runs. Kerry Carpenter.
Okay.
And like 40 of them are going to be against the Guardians. Now, in reality, it's going to be like 7 against the Guardians. What's yours, Tiger one?
I think that Spencer Torkelson will have. Well, yeah, he'll have 45 home runs.
Is it MVP type season?
It depends. I think it'll either be between him and Rafael Devers. It'll just be if, say, if the Rafael Devers can get the Red Sox to the playoffs, it'll be Devers. Or if Torkelson gets Tigers to the playoffs, it will be Torkelson.
Well, the problem with MVP and MLB, it can go to non-playoff teams like Otani and Mike Trout throughout their career. They both
Yeah.
yeah.
Otani is very obvious because of how
He
good
could
of it
do both.
he did do pitching as well.
Well, pitching for like 2 months. Yeah, the Royals. I have my MVP's actually on the Royals, might I add.
Is it Bowie?
No. Well, actually, my hot take MVP. My MVP is obviously Yordan Alvarez. Like that will never change. My MVP runner up is going to be Vinny Pasquantino. Wait, was it? Wait, hold on. That's not the right guy. Not Vinny. Hold on. Where is he? He's that power hitting infielder.
Bobby Witt Jr.
Fine. Bobby Witt Jr. is winning MVP. He's going to be MVP runner up. Is that better?
Yeah, because if you don't even know the name of the dude.
No. Wait, yeah, it's Vinny I meant Vinny Castantino is going to be the DH Silver Slugger. That's what I meant.
Oh, okay.
Are you fine with that?
Yeah, I think Bobby goes for 40 homers, 40 steals.
So he could win MVP too.
Yeah, it's just that in his hot take, this is my world. They're actually going by a metric of who actually does more for their team. So
They
booty
don't.
aren't. This is my world, my hot take.
Okay.
Booty aren't MVPs unless if it's like a Shohei actually pitching like a Cy Young and hitting like an MVP, and the rest of his team is boot. Then yes, but other than that, no non-playoff teams get MVPs.
True. Twins.
That's my Jeff Van Gundy rule. I'll be Jeff Van Gundy. I'll just make new rules. That's my rule. You can't
You
be
want to
MVP.
get your hot take for the Twins first?
Yeah.
What's your hot take?
Carlos Correa sucks so much, and he's in pain, and he retires after the season.
Are you only saying that because you don't like him?
No, I just don't think he's that good, and he's injury prone. I think he'll just.
They have Carlos Santana. I'm shocked you didn't do something about Carlos Santana.
Carlos Santana will be released, and then he will be signed by the Guardians, and then he will do good again. That's my hot take.
Okay,
Release Carlos Santana so then he can go back and then retire after the season.
I have I have two hot takes. Royce Lewis and Byron Buxton will both stay healthy the full season, both.
Ooh.
And Carlos and Correa will be the best shortstop in MLB again.
Again, he was never the best shortstop.
Yes, he was. He was the best defensive shortstop. You he won a platinum glove.
Lindor was better. Simmons was better.
He won a platinum glove and not last year, the year before.
You know who else won a platinum glove?
Are you talking about? You don't like that guy.
Hey, we got Andres Jimenez.
He's yeah. Well, I'm assuming you're regretting your Phil Maton trade. Who Phil Maton is potentially an all-star reliever.
It is what it is.
Nice talking to you, Zachary. Peace.
He's talking.